Can indigenous economies recover from colonial legacies? Imagine a world where the ways people earn, share, and manage resources are deeply tied to their culture and land. Now think about how colonialism changed all that. Colonial powers often took land, exploited resources, and replaced traditional economies with foreign systems focused on profit. This caused lasting damage to indigenous ways of life, disrupting social and political structures built over generations. Before colonization, many indigenous societies had complex economies based on sustainable practices. They relied on hunting, fishing, farming, and trading within their communities and with neighboring groups. These economies were not just about making money but about maintaining harmony with nature and social bonds. They often involved sharing resources and respecting land rights, which kept their environment healthy and their communities strong. Colonial authorities imposed new economic models that prioritized resource extraction and market-based activities. They introduced land dispossession, forced labor, and laws that marginalized indigenous governance. These changes made indigenous communities dependent on external systems that often ignored their cultural values. As a result, many lost control over their land and resources, which are vital for their economic and spiritual well-being. Despite these hardships, indigenous communities have shown resilience. Many have kept alive traditional practices secretly or have adapted them to modern contexts. For example, some groups have reclaimed land rights through legal battles, allowing them to manage their territories and resources again. Others have started businesses that reflected their cultural values, like cooperative farming or ecotourism projects that emphasize sustainability and community involvement. From an anthropological point of view, recovering means more than just economic growth. It involves restoring political authority and cultural identity. Indigenous economies are often woven into social relations, spiritual beliefs, and land stewardship. Reviving these systems requires legal recognition of land rights, supporting indigenous-led initiatives, and respecting their governance structures. Practical steps include returning land and resources to indigenous communities, strengthening traditional governance, and encouraging economic activities that align with their values. Education plays a key role, helping communities pass down knowledge about their economic practices and history. Governments and organizations can support this by reforming laws that keep indigenous economies marginalized and by funding projects that promote cultural and economic revival. While colonial legacies pose challenges, they are not insurmountable. Indigenous economies can recover when their political and cultural foundations are restored. This process is about more than money. It's about reclaiming sovereignty, respecting traditions, and building a future rooted in their own values. Restoring these economic systems helps communities thrive in ways that honor their history and environment.